So today I'm going to give you a brief overview of the brachial plexus. The brachial plexus is the highway, essentially, for information to travel from the central nervous system to the arm, where it can either control muscle movements or receive sensory information from the upper limb. When you look at a brachial plexus in the axilla, this is the kind of structure that you're going to see. It looks like a very tangled mess of different looking structures. We've got the brachial plexus here forming a sort of M shape, and then the axillary artery underneath. And when you're learning the brachial plexus from a textbook, this is the kind of thing that you'll see as well. So it looks pretty daunting. I'm going to try and make this a little bit easier for you by telling you a story to help you understand the main layout of the brachial plexus. So this story starts with Mr. C5, C6. And he's a very happy fellow. Look at that big smile, because he's dancing with Miss C7. Now, Mr. CHT1 comes along. He's not so kind. He likes the look of Miss C7, and he perhaps inappropriately asks her to dance, and so Mr. C5, C6 kicks him. Now this is the basic layout of our brachial plexus. Up the top here, or in other words, their eyes, we have the roots of the plexus. The necks of our characters form the trunks, and their arms here, where they're crossing over, are our divisions. The main body of them all is the chords, where we have a lateral and a medial chord, and in the center a posterior chord, and then our final terminal ends here are the branches. So I like to remember this as read that damn cadaver book. Now let's look at these branches. If we look on this cadaveric image over here, we have this M shape that forms. Okay, and this is this M shape here, and also this one here. We can call these branches our musculocutaneous on the lateral side and our ulnar on the medial side, and right in the center we have the median nerve. Now these structures are all sitting anterior to the axillary artery. This is our axillary artery here on this image. And if I drew it on our diagram, it's sat just here. Okay, so in the V of the median nerve. If we were to push the axillary artery off to one side and also move that M to one side, then we'd be able to see the underlying posterior chord and its two major branches, which are the axillary coming off most laterally, and then the radial nerve coming down here. So I'll just draw those onto our image, our axillary and our radial. Now take a look at that radial nerve. Look at the thickness of it. If we compare that over here to perhaps our ulnar nerve, okay, you can see that the radial nerve is very chunky. The reason that the radial nerve is so big is because it's receiving innervation from each of the roots of the brachial plexus. So each of these C5 to T1 are contributing to the radial. Now the way they do this, you have to picture this as like a guttering system. Up here we have, say, the roof of our house. When it rains, the water's going to come down. It's going to come down here, it can come this way and into the radial nerve. It can't go this way because gravity won't allow it. And in the same sense, our nerves are always wanting to move forward. They don't want to go backwards along that division. So C5 gets to the radial nerve like this, as does C6. C7 has the privilege of coming straight down, and C8 and T1 share the same route as well, coming down this division here and along the posterior cord to the radial nerve. So I hope this has given you a general idea of how the brachial plexus comes together and how we get from the roots to our major branches and how each of those roots contribute to some of the different branches.